Good morning, giant children. How are you? I hope that you all are fine at home, fighting with Corona, COVID 19. This is not our choice to stay at home, but the situation is that we have to stay at home and protect ourselves. Not only ourselves, but protect our fellow men too by staying at home. Now, staying at home is not a barrier to stop us from teaching, providing you with the education. So, right now we are providing you online education through various means, through various resources. What we believe that school buildings are closed, not teaching. We Sunbeam are believing that our buildings are only closed, not our teachings. So right now I am going to teach you the chapter The Lost Spring. It's very emotional chapter. It brings your emotional out. When you read this chapter, you feel the pain of poor people. You feel the pain of Sahib Alam. You feel the pain of Mukesh. You feel the pain of bangle makers of Firozabad. What you need? You need to read this chapter seriously, with feeling. In this chapter, two characters are there. First one is the Sahib Alam. The second one is the Mukesh. So first we study the character of Sahib Alam, the life of the Sahib Alam. Once writer Anis Jung met this boy, Sahib Alam. Sahib Alam is a rag picker. He picks rags in the hope that he can get coins, rupees, whatever. And that is the treasure for them. So one day, writer Anis Jung encountered with the boy, Sahib Alam. Writer asked to him, "Why don't you go to school?" The boy replied that there is no school in his area. Writer asked, "When I open a school, you will join me or come to my school?" You cannot imagine the happiness of Sahib Alam. He was very, very happy and asked, "When will you start your school?" Writers soon. After that, whenever he met Anis Jung, he always asked, "When will you start your school?" At that point, writer feel very ashamed. The writer was not only ashamed, he was very embarrassed because he did the false promises. And you know, the false promises are everywhere in this world. We promise poor people to provide them something, but we forget after some time. Whatever we do, we just give them a hope. We don't understand that whatever we are giving them, that is the hope for them. They live, they do everything for that hope to fulfill. They believe that one day this will come true, but we don't think. Well, because we made false promises, our intention is not to fulfill their needs for desires. So the Sahib Alam's life is very miserable. He live in a slum area. He has to provide or earn money for his family. They are coming from Bangladesh. They are migrated from Bangladesh for the food and shelter, living in a Selampur, Islam area of Delhi, without no ration card, without no identity proof, but they are happy. But their family members are saying that when you go to bed at night and your stomach is filled, it's sufficient. It's very too much. We can live without any identity. And right now, you can see that how migrated poor workers, laborers are living here and there. Every day there is a news about somebody that he died due to hunger. So you feel the hunger. It's a deadly, more deadly than weapon. Hunger is more deadliest disease. So Sahib Alam struggled a lot. He had lots of story regarding his barefoot, He's lots of thing about himself, his friends, others. Writer always try to do something. The writer always and talk to them that how they can change their life. Is there any plan for their life? What they want to do? But writer does not provide anything to them. This is the bitter truth of our word, that we can see everything with through our naked eyes, but we are helpless. Actually, we feel that we are helpless. We are not helpless. At least one people we can feed. We started a movement, each one teach one. Right now we can do now, each one feed one. Not only teach one, right now we can feed one. If you do this, if you follow this, no Sahib Alam will be seen in this world if you start doing so. So Sahib Alam is not only the responsible. That boy didn't decide his fortune that he had to born in that kind of a family. We are very fortunate. We are very lucky one that we are born in such a good families. So what is our moral responsibility? Our moral responsibility is to help others. Whatever we can do, at least we should try. So when you read line by line, the lost spring, sometime your eyes will be filled with tears, you will smile, you will enjoy their happiness, their sorrow, everything you will feel as your own. After many days, once writer met once again to Sahib Alam, writer asked, Anis Jung asked that, what are you doing right now? Sahib Alam informed that right now he is not picking the rags. Right now he is doing a job at the tea shop where he gets his breakfast. But at this point he was not happy. The writer felt that the boy was not happy. Why the boy was not happy? Because he and his freedom both was not his anymore. Now he is servant of somebody, he is employee of somebody, so he is not free right now. So whatever exuberance writer can witness earlier in his character was completely lost due to the job. Later writer introduced before us a second character who is Mukesh. Mukesh belongs Bengal factory of Firozabad. What is Bengal? You know, the bangles are the symbol of, or Bengals are considered very pious in some religion. It's a symbol of Suhag. But contrary to this, their life is out of the world. No happiness, no hope. They all are caught in the web of poverty. They had to start their job. Bangles are very beautiful part of women. It's an ornament. Every woman like to wear the bangles, but when you see the reality of the bangle maker, you don't want to wear bangles. You will cry how their miserable lives are. They lose their eyesight at the very early age due to the furnace, the heat. Mukesh shared many things to Anis Jung that how people lost their lives while working in the factories. So bangles are beautiful for whom? Those using it, not for those who are making it. Bangles are very, very precious, very, very pious things. Mukesh belongs to a very poor family. What they believe, whatever they are facing, this is due to their luck. It's their luck. This, it's their destiny. They believe that whatever they are facing, it is their bad work, karma. The grandmother of Mukesh believe that whatever they are facing, that is the destiny, that is their bad karma. Due to this, they have to suffer. They are born in that kind of family. They have to live this life, and they cannot go anywhere in this world. There is no escape from this miserable world. They have to live this life. They have to lead this life, whether they like it or dislike it. Mukesh shared that they cannot protest. This is the web of politicians, bureaucrats, policemen. If they try to escape from this world, they are charged falsely, they are beaten. Everything is possible in this world except their escape. They cannot dream anything more in their life. They cannot go anywhere in this world. They have to do all these things. It's their karma or it's their choice. Whatever you say, they have to lead this kind of life. When Anis Jung met Mukesh, she noticed one difference between Mukesh and Sahib Alam. Both are forced to live their lives. They haven't chosen to live in this way, in this world. But there is one difference. That is the big difference between both characters. When you read Sahib Alam's character, the Sahib Alam was very passive kind of a boy. He is very passive, having no dreams in his life. He does not want to do anything in his life. No aims, no game, no nothing in his life. He just want to spend his days in this world anyhow without thinking that he does not have any desire to change his life. He does not have any plan for his future. He does not have any dream in his eyes. Only once he was seen happy when writer asked to join the school. Later he was very passive, having no dreams, no desire. But when you read the character sketch of Mukesh, you come to know that the boy belonged to very poor family. He has also lead the same kind of life without any choice, but he wants to drive a car. He has a passion, he has a desire, he want to learn something in his life, he want to change his destiny, he want to change everything in his life. So he has plan. He know very well that he cannot buy a car. So what he decided? He decided to be a motor mechanic. When he become motor mechanic, definitely he will drive a lot of cars. So this is the basic difference between both characters. This is the basic difference between the both characters, Sahib Alam and Mukesh. This chapter is full of ironies of the world. What are the ironies? You know, what exactly things are seen are not. That is the irony. When you talk about Sahib Alam, his name is Sahib Alam, the Lord of the universe. The boy has nothing in his hand. Even he cannot change a single thing in his life. He is helpless. He cannot change anything in his life. But his name is Sahib Alam. There is a big irony in his name. People can laugh. This is the first and big irony of Sahib Alam character. When you discuss Mukesh, what is the irony? They are making colorful, beautiful, wonderful bangles for others. but their life is without any color. Is there any color in their life? Do you notice? Is there any color? Whatever the color, you can notice in their life is the darkness. So, this is the irony of Mukesh's life. They are providing others the colorful bangles, but their life is without any color. So, two characters, two ironies, two characters, two ironies. Problems are similar. You cannot notice the different kind of problems. Problems are similar. They both have to fight to feed their families. They have to earn bread and butter of their family. They have to provide each and every need of their family in their limited resources. And they are struggling. They are doing every bit they can do. But what is the problem? Do you think they are only responsible for their life? What do you not think? Ki Sahib Alam is responsible for his future. Sahib Alam is responsible for his condition. Mukesh is responsible for his miserable lifestyle. Who is responsible? If I want to know whom you will blame, so what we will do? We will start blaming the government. That government is responsible. Government is bad. So I want to ask you, dear children, that is it possible to reach every door, to knock every door for government? Whatever our responsibilities. We always talk about our rights. Do we talk about our responsibilities as well? Is it not our responsibility to take some initiative to help others? But what we are doing? Instead of helping others, we close our doors. And we want that everything will change. We are dreaming, we are living in a dream world that one day everything will be changed without doing anything. But my dear children, life is very struggleful. Whether it's your or mine, but we all have to struggle. Whatever change we want to bring in our life, in our society, in our country, we have to do something for them. Otherwise, there will be no change. This present scenario is a big example. If we start taking responsibility of only one family, only one neighbor, a lot of problems will be resolved. Believe me, if you start doing something, many problems will be resolved. It is our moral responsibility. It is our moral responsibility to help government to bring change in our whole society. No one will come. No one will clean our homes. We have to. So don't wait and do something. This is my request to all my students. You are my students. Learn something. Motivate others. Help others. Not by words, but by actions. Action is louder than words. Whatever you will do, it will be returned back. You know what goes wrong, that comes round. If you do good deeds, if you do something good to others, it will definitely come to you. You will also be benefited by all this goodness of your deeds. So my dear children, please do something and cooperate with the government. Cooperate with everyone in this situation. We have to win. We have to fight together to win. So this is not only the chapter Lost Spring. Right now our springs is also lost. We are at home. We are feeling that you are in cage. But don't think that you are at cage. You have freedom to study by your own choice. You have this freedom to do everything at home, whatever you was not able to do. So utilize this time, maximize this time and learn something good. when we will meet in the schools, we will proud ourselves that we have utilized our time so nicely. I wish when we meet next time, you will have lots of stories to share with me about your good deeds, whatever you have done. I wish each one will share your good deeds, that what initiative you had taken. I am waiting for this. My dear students, this is not only a fight government has to fight. We all have to fight together. This is not about the COVID-19, it is about also the last spring. It is not about the Saive Alam, it is about the Mukesh too. So fight. Fight against all the odds. Do something good and bring the change. Whatever the change you want in your society, try to do something good. Spread love, spread harmony, stay at home and enjoy. I don't mean that you enjoy so you start singing, dancing, everything. You enjoy this free time of your life. It's very precious. You can learn a lot of things. You, if you are having any hobby, you can develop, you can fulfill your wish. You want to learn something from your parents, all are staying together or all are at home, so you can learn something. You share a lot of things, whatever you couldn't. So right now, utilize this opportunity, maximize this opportunity, and stay safe. Help government. I wish good luck, and I also wish that soon we'll be in the school campus. We'll start our school classroom classes. I'm very excited about this, and I wish good luck. Read this chapter completely, The Lost Spring, and not only read, try to read in between the lines. Whatever I have explained is not only the thing is written in the chapter. You correlate this story with everything, whatever you encounter, whatever you can see, and develop compassion towards the humanity. Develop love for everyone, not only for one or two persons. But I believe that it is not possible that we can love everyone, but it is possible that we cannot hate everyone. And there is a reason in our life. We can respect everyone. This is the mutual respect and mutual love we can develop. So, my dear children, okay, we will meet in next class. So, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you.